What's up, YouTube? What's going on? It's Elsep Chaz Gaming here, bringing you a post-commentary version of the Metronome battles me and my friends have had. Alright, so let me go the breakdown for you. This is like the second day after the Indigo Disc DLC came out here. So let's go to our first match. It's me and Jason versus Nick and Anime Luigi. So now my first Pokemon is going to be Poltegeist, and Jason sends out Fictional, which is the Ludicolo here. Nick names the shiny muck the Seaman, and like, oh my god, Nick, this is inappropriate. And then of course Luigi sends out his rental team that Jason made. It's Amy Rose, the shiny shiny girl with a good tone hammer. I forgot its name, actually. I'm not good at memorizing names. Anyway, anyway, it's gonna start with a Moonblast on me, but my cursed body activates, and that takes care of the Metronome. Nick is all mad that I have a cursed body Poltegeist right here, but I'm just making use of a strategy for abilities. Alright, so I started with Insurance. It's not gonna do much. And now here comes the Ludicolo, and it's gonna go for a Memento. It's like, oh my god, we're already doing this. We're already killing ourselves with a move right now. So that's gonna harshly drop the attack and special attack, and there goes the Ludicolo. So Jason's already down to 2 Pokemon. So next here comes the Seaman waggling its fingers. And let's see what kind of move it's gonna do. And it's actually gonna go for a Supercell Slam, one of the new electric type moves in the game. That did a lot of damage to my Poltegeist. And now here comes Jason sends out a Pierce, a Technician Pierce. There's a Technician Toxicity, to be exact. And now we're gonna use our Metronomes again. And so you wouldn't believe this. All right, well, not the part about Luigi switching out the Amy Rose for something else to get rid of the Memento. So here comes the Asura, which is the shiny the shiny Annihilate, and it's got Defiant ability. So here we go. So the Toxicity is gonna go for a Cosmic Power, and it's gonna get a Defense and Special Defense rise. And now here comes the my Poltegeist, right? And my Poltegeist is using Memento. No, I'm not Memento. I meant Metronome. Jeez, I'm already mixing up the names. Here we go. We got a Petal Blizzard going on here. It's not gonna do a lot of damage at all, and I damaged Jason a bit there, but thankfully it's not a lot at all. All right. So next here comes the Seaman going up with a Bubble Beam attack. And it was a crit too. I'm like, oh my god, yo, what is with that? What is with that muck? All right, so here we go. We got the Annihilate going first, and it's gonna pop out an Inferno at 50%. Inferno hits Jason. Toxicity, and it caused the burn. Inferno always causes burn, but surprisingly it did not do much thanks to the Cosmic Power. Okay, so next goes Jason, and here comes a Calm Mind. It's like, oh, we're building up the stat boost. So now it's got a +2 in special defense, +1 in special attack now, and now we got a +1 in defense. Like, this is going to be a very bulky Toxicity, but unfortunately got that burn though. It's going to kill it eventually. So next up, I got a Close Combat. The Seaman gets its ass beaten by a teapot, by a tea kettle, and but it's still not going to do much. But now I get a special defense drop and a defense drop, and now I got a low HP, so like, it's not working to switch out. Now the Metronome, now the Muck is going to do a Steel Roller, but it has no effect at all because there is no terrain going on here. And now and so the Toxicity is gonna take some burn damage. So I got some more Metronomes out there here. Let's go use one. I was thinking about switching out there. That's why it took a little bit there. Next here comes the Annihilate, and he's gonna pop a Magnetic Chain, and there we go. I lived on 12 HP. That's like, that did nothing at all. Like, that was close. I thought it would do more. It didn't even poison me either. So next is gonna go for the Toxicity is gonna go for a Focus Energy, and like, oh my god, this is such like a setup mon right now. But unfortunately, the burn is still gonna kill it though. So next up is me, and it's gonna go for a Spatial Run, and a Poltegeist is gonna pretend to be a Palkia, and it's going to do a lot of damage on the Seaman. So next, the Seaman is gonna retaliate with its own Metronome, and it's gonna go for a Sandstorm, and now everyone's gonna take damage, and oh my god, this is gonna take forever. So here we go. It's gonna take damage on the Annihilate, the Toxicity, the Poltegeist, and now the Muck. And like, I lived on 4 health actually, so that was a close call. So unfortunately, the burn and Sandstorm is gonna make quick work of Toxicity. Like, so much for those stat boosts that it just gave itself. So next here comes the Annihilate, and it's gonna bust out a Harden, the meme move Harden. The Metapod duels are back, and now Toxicity is going to bust out a Recover, and yes, that is a good move. It's like, yo, he really needed that, but unfortunately, it doesn't get rid of the burn. That's what's sad, though. All right, so next time I got a payback on the Annihilate, but unfortunately, it's still not going to do anything because my Poltergeist is like horrible attack power. I should have EV trained it. And so next thing, the Seaman is going to do a bunch of Stone Axe, and now there is a Stealth Rock on our side of the battlefield, and now here comes the time stalling Sandstorm and burn damage. Like, oh my god. So now I have to deal with now my next Pokemon has to deal with a Stealth Rock damage, right? Stealth Rock damage as soon as I send it out, and unfortunately, because especially since it died to a Sandstorm, like, oh jeez, could this battle get any more hazardous for us? So my next Pokemon is going to be the Toadette right here, because it's a shiny Hatchram in a luxury ball. Like, oh my gosh, I love this shiny Hatchram right now. I gave it an Evolite instead of a Lepa Berry because it really needs some defense here. I just thought of making a meme team anyway. I think Hatchram is cuter than the Hatterena. Okay, so now Nick is swapping out for the God of War, and it's gonna have a Trace, and it's gonna try to copy my Magic Bounce, but unfortunately, it copied Jason's Technician instead. It's like, oh, that was a close one. We can't have a Magic Bounce. All right, so now the Asura is gonna go for a Charm, but it gets bounced back by my Magic Bounce, and now its attack is gonna harshly fall. But unfortunately, it got Defiant, so that cancels it out. So nothing happened at all. Okay, so next comes the Toxicity's move, and it's gonna go for a Fling, and it flings a Lepa Berry. And the next thing Jason wrote about in the chat is like, eat berry, you bitch. Even though this next God of War is a boy. And now here comes my Toadette using Metronome now, and it's gonna go for a Wonder Room, and now defense and special defense stats are gonna be swapped. I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be bad. And then here comes the time-consuming Sandstorm and the burn damage right now. And next we got the Annihilate. Annihilate is going up again. It's gonna go for a Smart Strike, and oh no, that's gonna do a lot. Okay, well, let's not do that. Didn't do it too bad, but I still took a lot of damage though. And now the Pierce is gonna go for a Leafage, and there was a crit too, a base 40 power though, and with Technician too. That didn't seem like it did much, mostly probably because of the Wonder Room. So now the God of War is gonna go for a Thunder, and Toxtricity lives on 14 health, but unfortunately the Sandstorm and Burn is gonna kill it. And now that Toadette is gonna go for a Pluck on the Annihilate, which is gonna do super effective damage, and it's stealing its Lepa Berry at the same time. That is, they wouldn't even read about it. A Toadette acting like a bird all of a sudden, like a bird power up in the Mario game or something now. And so now here goes a more time-consuming Sandstorm and Burn damage. And there we go. The Toxtricity has died due to Burn. And now Jason's just left with one Pokemon. So now we got the Sasha sends out the Henry's Lucky 7. It's a male God of War with Shadow Tag on it, and he just named it Henry's Lucky 7 just to troll Anime Luigi. And now, okay, so now we got a serious problem here. Nick was planning to switch out his Pokemon, but he couldn't because he got Shadow Tag, so he was forced to stay in with God of War. So here we got the Annihilate going as first as usual, and it's gonna go for Expanding Force, and it's not gonna do anything at all to the Gothitelle. Well, probably still due to the Wonder Room. So now it's gonna go for a Pedal Dance, and oh no, I took care of my Toadette in one hit, and the Pedal Dance is still gonna keep going. It's the outrage of Grass type moves. All right, now the Henry's Lucky 7 is gonna go for a Metronome as usual, and it's gonna go for a Morning Sun to heal off the wimpy damage that the Annihilate did to it. But that's fine. And now the Sandstorm is finally gone, and now I can switch out. So now this annoying Sandstorm is finally gone, and I can switch out to my Meloetta. Meloetta is my favorite mythical Pokemon, and I take Stealth Rock damage too. Meloetta is got some high stats, but I did not EV train this one to make it a little fair to this, because mythical Pokemon can have some really unfair stats compared to normal Pokemon. Anyway, got the Annihilate going first once again, and it's gonna go for a Water Shuriken, and it's gonna go do donkeys on the Gothitelle, but it actually hits it not one, not two, not three, not four, but it hits 5 times. Like, oh my god, the luck right there. And so it's my turn now. Meloetta is second fast, and now it's gonna go for a Razor Leaf, hitting both of them, but unfortunately it does not do a critical hit, and that's gonna go for a Petal Dance again, and Meloetta takes massive damage. They're like, we gotta do something about that Petal Dance. It is so strong right now. So now we got a Gothitelle going for a Magic Room, so our health items have lost effects. Like, we need them anyway. That's only okay, we got Annihilate going for Metronome once again. I gotta stop saying that, but I just feel like talking to make it the illusion of me sounding interesting. So it's gonna go for a Dream Eater, and unfortunately, everyone is awake, so Dream Eater is gonna be a horrible thing to happen. And then I got Meloetta going for a Swagger on the Annihilate, but oh no, we increased its attack power. But unfortunately, it's gonna be confused now, so we gotta hope that it's gonna take itself out. The Petal Dance actually redirects to Gothitelle, still doing massive damage, and now Gardevoir is confused now due to fatigue, and now Metronome, Henry's Lucky 7 is gonna go for a Metronome right now, and it's gonna go for an Agility, and now it's probably gonna go first, but Gothitelle's base speed stat is so low. So I'm not really sure. I don't really read the internet or stats are that good. No, it actually does go first, by the way. I was more thinking of like a Hatterena with a little low base speed. Then it's gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp on the Gardevoir, so now it's burned and confused, which is a good thing. And now here comes the Annihilate going second now. And unfortunately, it fought through the confusion. Oh, no, we needed it to hit itself. So it's going to go for a Mystical Fire on the Gothitelle, dropping its special attack power. Oh, my goodness. You wouldn't read about it. So now we come Meloetta going for a Cross Poison on the Annihilate. It's not going to be very effective, but it was a crit too, so it kind of cancels it out. So now Gardevoir is going to actually hurt itself in confusion. The poor Nick, not really. He's still winning by a lot. And it's gonna take some burn damage too. Like, oh good, we need some help right now. Okay, so Gothitelle is going to pop out a Sincere Storm, and it's gonna hit both of them. Thank goodness. And that takes care of the Annihilate. But next Gardevoir is still up, and now I'm gonna pop out my Metronome, and I'm gonna hopefully take out that Gardevoir right now. And I got a Gravity actually, which makes everyone fall to the ground, but it increases its accuracy by 1.80, and now Gardevoir is going to actually fight through the confusion this time, and it's going to pop out a Earth Power, and Meloetta lives on 1 health! 1 health, Meloetta! And I just told Nick I had a Focus Band on it, and like Nick got all pissed off, like, no, we were supposed to use Lepa Berries. I'm like, no, I'm just joking. And like, Meloetta with the Focus Band, yes, savior. No, I'm just joking. And now here comes the Amy Rose popping out once again from the start of the battle, feeling better from the Metronome. Memento. Jeez, I always keep confusing that. So Amy is gonna go first, and it's gonna go over a Shift Gear, and like, oh my goodness, this couldn't be any more bad. So it's gonna get a +2 in speed and +1 in attack. Henry's Lucky 7 is gonna go next, and it's gonna pop out a Torch Song, which is a really good attack because now it's going to increase the user's special attack stage by 1, but we still got low health. Like, we need some really good luck here. We have just defeated the Gardevoir. So now Meloetta is going to pop out a Acid Armor. It's like, oh my god, a 1 HP Acid Armor? That is the dumbest thing ever. So now the Magic Room is finally gone, and now Nick is going to pop out a the shiny Drowsy, which he claims as Jason's crush, and now because the whole point was for him to defeat Jason as Jason's crush right now. So it all depends on who goes first here. Obviously, the Amy Rose comes with a +2 speed, and now it's gonna go for a Flamethrower, and he defeats my Meloetta. And like, oh, dang, that's gotta burn so much. So I'm out of Pokemon. It's up to Jason now, which I know he's not gonna accomplish this. Like, let's be real. So it's gonna go for a Feather Dance, and that drops Amy's attack power to -1. And now, the Drowsy is going to go for a Metronome, and it's gonna bust out a Grass Pledge and takes out the Gothitelle, and it was a crit too. Oh my goodness, you wouldn't read about it. The next crush and Jason's crush got taken out by a Grass Pledge. You wouldn't read about it. So that's the end of the first round. I lost that one. So we got battle number 2 coming up here. Same teams. We just normally ask each other questions and to see like who we get partnered up with. So now we're going to be fighting in the Pokemon League in the Paldea region. Same Pokemon they're going to be starting off with, but this time I am going to be starting off with a Dusknoir here, nicknamed Ghosty Palms. It's got those nice ghosty palms right there. It likes to wave around. So I'm going to be exerting a pressure right now. So that's going to drop their PPE by 2 every turn. Nixa also says that's overpowered, but oh my god, just let me do what I want. So Amy Rose is gonna bust out an air cutter. It's gonna hit both of us. I'm like, oh my goodness, we're already off to a shaky start. So Fictional is gonna bust out a power split, and it's gonna share its power with Amy Rose. And like, oh, that's good because Amy Rose got high attack power. So next comes the Seaman, and it's gonna go over a flying press on the Fictional, and the Fictional is down in 1 turn again. You wouldn't read about it. Flying press Seaman. So next is gonna be my turn to it, and it's gonna go for a attract, but it failed because we're all female Pokemon. Oh my goodness, this is already making me laugh so much. So next Pokemon is going to be the Lucamine, which is this Hatterene over here. And that's the Pokemon with the really crappy base stat. So Nick is going to actually go Withdraw, and he's going to actually try to copy the Magic Bounce again with his Gardevoir right now. And that's what he's going to do right now. So is he going to copy it with the Trace ability? And unfortunately, he does copy the Magic Bounce. Like, oh no. Okay, so now the Amy Rose is gonna go again, and it's gonna go for a fiery dance. Like, oh, you gotta be kidding me right now. And it's got a special attack boost too. Oh my goodness, you wouldn't read about it. So now we got a Dusknoir going for a Minimize, and yes, I got a +2 in evasiveness. That's good. That is really, really good. So now the Hatterene is gonna go for a Smog, which does really good damage despite its low power. And it actually poisons the Gardevoir too, like even better. Like this is already shaking off the bad start that we had. So Gardevoir is going to take damage, already dropping it down to like 55% health. Amy Rose is going to go again for the Metronome. I'm surprised it's moving so fast with that giant hammer. And it's going to go for an Attract as well, and it actually doesn't work. We are still all girls. Actually, no, right, the next Gardevoir is a male. And that's going to go for a Thunder Wave, and it missed next to you to the Minimize. Yes! So I'm going to go, and you want to read about this, right? I'm going to go for a Roar of Time. I'm pretending to be Dialga now, but unfortunately, they're both Fairy-type Pokemon. It's not going to work. And now the Hatterene is gonna go for a Stone Edge right now, but unfortunately that misses too. Like, oh come on! And we are like, we need a head start right now. Now Amy Rose is gonna pop out a Metronome again, and it's gonna go for a Wave Crash, and like, oh no, it's gonna do so much. But thankfully it got Fictional's the Ludicolo's attack power, and it takes recoil damage from that too. And that's gonna go. Gardevoir's gonna go for an Acupressure on the Amy Rose, and that raises Amy's defense by 2 stages. Like, oh no! And now you want to read about this, right? I go for a Charge next. Like, what are all these status moves I keep giving myself? Now I'm beginning to charge up power. I get a +1 in special defense right now. I'm hoping for an electric type move from me next. So now Hatterene is gonna go for a Force Palm, which is gonna do donkeys because it's like a quarter damage because of the typing. But thankfully the poison is still doing a job. Gardevoir is almost down, and so Amy is going to pop out a Metronome once again, and it's going for a Poltergeist, and it's actually gonna go for me. But thanks to the Minimize, I dodged it again. Oh my goodness, these dangerous attacks are trying to hit me. Then now Gardevoir is gonna bust out a Wonder Room again. Like, oh no, not again. The defense and special defense stats have been swapped. Ghosty Palms is gonna go for a Metronome, and then gonna go for a Tail Glow, and I get a +3 and special attack. Oh, you wouldn't read about it. Oh my goodness, we need some really good luck right here. So the Hatterene is going to bust out a Stun Spore on the Amy Rose, paralyzing it. So it's probably going to go last now, hopefully. And I really need to go first right now before something bad happens to me. And so the Gardevoir is going to go for a Metronome. Well, what do you expect at this point? And it's going to go for a Flamethrower, and it hits me. And I got a crit, and I died. Like, no! You gotta be kidding me. Like, oh, I could have probably survived on the flamethrower, but the crit killed me. You wouldn't read about it. Amy Rose loses a turn though, but it's gonna, but the Hatteraine's gonna buzz out a stealth rock. But thanks to Gardevoir copying the magic bounce, it sent the stealth rock back at us. Like, oh my goodness. Like, and I tell Jason, like, Jason, are you trying to help me? Are you trying to hurt me? Like, seriously, what is going on right now? All right, so I decided to go with the Meloetta as my second Pokemon right now, and it's gonna take some stealth rock damage on too. Oh my goodness, this is just so real. This is so unlucky right now. But then, what do you expect from a Metronome battle? So Meloetta is gonna go for a Trick Room. So now the Hatterene is gonna go first with its 32 base speed, and now it's gonna be busting out a Toxic, but unfortunately both opponents have a status condition, so that's not gonna work. And Amy Rose is gonna be going next, surprisingly, and it's gonna go for a Drill Run, and good. I'm so glad I did not get a critical hit there. Drill Run had a high critical hit ratio. And then the Gardevoir is gonna go for an Overheat, and I live on 11 HP. Like, oh my god, what is this bad luck right now? Gardevoir's dying last breath was a really powerful Overheat, and it hits my fresh Pokemon. So out comes next first Pokemon again, is being the shiny Muck the Seaman. You were only on Chaz's channel, and now we got so now we need some like really good luck right now to happen here. So Hatterene is gonna go first again, and it's gonna go for an X Kick with what legs out against the Amy Rose, and now the Seaman is gonna be going next, and it's gonna be going for a Leaf Blade, and oh, it's gonna do a good chunk of damage on the Hatterene, but thank goodness it didn't do a critical hit. Amy is gonna lose a turn due to the paralysis, and then Meloetta is gonna go last due to being the fastest Pokemon out of this group, and it's gonna go for a Spark on the Seaman, and now the Seaman is paralyzed too. Like, yes, this is good. We can make a comeback here. We just have to hope they keep losing turns. Seaman's gonna be busting out another Metronome, and it's gonna be going for a Topsy-Turvy, but there's no effect. And Lucamine is gonna bounce it back though, but it still fails because no one's got any status changes. And now Hatterene is going to go next, and it's going to go for a Tar Shot, and it actually going to lower the speed of Amy again. Like, oh no, that's bad. And it became weaker to fire though, and I just realized Paralyzed Seaman is now slower than 32 base speed. And now the Amy Rose going to bust out a Sand Tomb, and it kills Meloetta. Like, oh my god, that is just disrespectful, killing me with a Sand Tomb. You might as well give me my Tombstone right now. So all my hope left was my shiny Hatcher and my Toadette right now. So now we are a pair of magic bouncing Pokemon, and I'm gonna take some Stealth Rock damage right now. Okay, so the Seaman is going to be using Metronome, and it's going to go for a Prismatic Laser. Like, oh my god, what's with all these attacks hitting me? But unfortunately, it's not going to do that much. And now the Seaman's got to recharge, and now the Hatterene is going to go for a tea time, so everyone is forced to eat their Lepa berries. Alright, so now the Amy is going to be going, and now it's going to be doing an Uproar. Oh no, what is with these continuous moves? So now we got to do something right now. We gotta go for that. I'm gonna go for a Rapid Spin on the Amy Rose, and that's a good thing because I get a speed increase and I get rid of the Stealth Rock at the same time. Like, oh, that's a good time for that, sort of. But unfortunately, Amy is still doing an Uproar. Like, oh my god, the paralysis better kick in. Seaman's gotta recharge right now, so that means Lucamine's gonna go first technically, and now it's gonna go for a Clear Smog on the Seaman, and it's not gonna do much damage at all, and there's all stat changes were eliminated. And now Amy lost a turn to the paralysis. Yes, thank goodness. That Uproar was going to be our death. And now Toadette is going to go. It's going to go for a Mighty Cleave, and it's not going to do anything at all. Like, oh my goodness, what is this? Now the dimensions have returned to normal, at least there, and now Toadette is gonna go again, and it's gonna be going for a Hammer Arm Hatterene on the Seaman, only on Chaz's channel right now. And I'm gonna get a speed drop, but that gets rid of my my rapid spin effect. And I'm gonna go for a flamethrower on Toadette. And like, oh my goodness, enough with the fire moves. And I get burned too. Like, jeez, what's with this bad luck right now? And then the Lucamine is gonna be popping out a close combat onto the Amy Rose, doing some decent damage, but unfortunately gonna get a defensive special defense drop. But it's got like 35 health left, so it's probably not gonna matter. And the Seaman lost a turn now too. Oh my god, yes, please keep losing turns. We keep getting killed right now. So I'm gonna go first still, thank goodness, and I'm gonna be going for a Smog, and I actually hit the Steel type Pokemon, which does nothing at all, but Amy lost a turn, thank goodness, because we are getting crappy moves right now. And the Hatterene is going to go for a Petal Dance, and that's going to do some decent damage on Amy. Like, oh, yes, finally a good move. Now the Seaman's going to fight through the paralysis, and it's going to go for a Hardened. It's a Hardened Seaman. You wouldn't read about it. The memes right now. And Toadette's going to take some good damage from the burn right now. A few more turns, and I'm dead. So Toadette is going to go for a Metronome again, and then I'm going to pop a Kowtow Cleave on the Seaman. We're doing a critical hit. Oh my god, this Toadette is wild, busting out some really interesting moves. So now the Amy is gonna go for an Entrainment, and I lose my Magic Bounce ability and get Mold Breaker instead. Like, oh, I don't want Mold Breaker. Mold Breaker sucks. And now Lucamine is gonna be popping out another Petal Dance, finally taking out the Amy Rose. Like, oh, seriously, I should really think about getting a Tinkaton too, so because the Steel and Fairy type characteristics are really good apparently. So Seaman's gonna lose another turn due to the burn, which is really weird right now. Like, who has more luck right now? Like, the losing side or these guys? Because they keep losing turns to the paralysis. So here comes the Annihilate right here. Like, oh no, just what we need. The Defiant Monkey. So the monkey's gonna go first. The dead monkey's gonna go first. And it's gonna be popping out a Dazzling Gleam, which is gonna hit both of us. And I live on 3 HP. And I get one more turn before the burn kills me. And I get a Water Pledge. Like, oh, cool out, monkey. And now the Lucamine's gonna do one more Petal Dance, dealing really big damage onto the Asura, and it's now the Lucamine's confused due to fatigue, and now Seaman lost another turn due to paralysis. Yes, this is good, but unfortunately, I am down for the count. The burn has killed Toadette, and I'm all out of Pokemon. So it's up to Jason now. He's got 2 Pokemon left still. So the Asura is gonna go for a Metronome right now, and it's gonna go for an Ice Punch, and it kills Lucamine. Like, oh my goodness, stop with this madness right now. And now the Seaman's gonna go for a Metronome right now, but it's not gonna do anything at all. Like that, I mean, unless it's an attacking move. So that's gonna get a Sandstorm again. Like, what is this crap? What is he getting a Sandstorm now? And now it's gonna take us a Sandstorm damage for both of them, which is kind of good. But Jason still has a 1 Pokemon all by himself now. So here comes back the Technician Toxtricity again, and we gotta hope for some serious luck right now because they still have it's 1 against 4. Nick is actually gonna withdraw the Seaman right now, and it's actually gonna go for the Shiny Drowsy again. Like, oh no, not this again. So he's gonna plan to take him out with his Crush again. So the Annihilate is gonna go for a double hit, but it missed. Thank goodness. We don't want any more meme moves hitting us when we're already losing this battle. So it's gonna go for Future Sight on the dead monkey right now, and it's gonna kill it in a few turns. And now the time-consuming Sandstorm damage. Now the dead monkey's gonna go for a Metronome, and it's gonna pop out a Grass Pledge right now. We got a Water Pledge and Grass Pledge, and unfortunately it's gonna do like nothing thanks to it being a poison type. So now it's gonna go for an Aurora Veil, but it's the wrong type of weather for that to activate. We needed it to be snowing, not Sandstorm. And now the Drowsy's gonna be wiggling its fingers, and it's gonna go for a Mean Look, which is gonna do nothing at all because that is Jason's only Pokemon. And now the dead monkey is going to go again, and he's going to pop out. This time he's going to pop out a Venoshock, which is actually not going to still do nothing, thank goodness. The Toxtricity is going to go next, and it's going to unleash a Corrosive Gas, which is going to get rid of those Lepa Berries that both of them have. which is kind of good, I suppose, in case we need to stall out the battle a bit. And now the Drowsy is going to be wiggling its fingers again, and it's going to be going for a drill run, which is quad damage, and Jason dies to his crush again. You wouldn't read about it. Oh my god, Pizza Master, the ultimate savage right now with that. A drill run, Drowsy. You wouldn't read about it. So we lost again. Alright, so the third and final battle of this video is going to be, this time it's going to be me and Henry versus Nick and Jason right now. So Nick is going to be starting out with the Seaman as usual, and the Jason is going to be starting with his Infernape. I'm going to be starting with my Meloetta, and Luigi, Anime Luigi, like a true Sonic fan, is going to be going out with a Amy Rose right now. So this is gonna be, I like the nighttime theme for this battle stage show. I'm glad like we can battle on different stages now in the Indigo disc release. Anyway, so Amy Rose is gonna go first. He's gonna pop out a nice amount of damage on the Infernape, and now Infernape is gonna go next. I'm surprised that Infernape goes second compared to Amy Rose. And it's gonna bust out a Shadow Punch, but thanks to Meloetta being a normal type, it's gonna do nothing at all. And now I'm gonna bust out a triple dive, but unfortunately I missed. Oh, that would have been good to pop out the triple dive. Seaman's gonna go next, and it's gonna pop out a reversal on the Meloetta, which is like, what? Okay, no, I'm kind of glad I missed that, because the reversal would have been. Because reversal probably would have been really bad right now. And so Amy Rose is going to go next, and it's going to go a Fire Pledge on the Infernape. Like, why are you trying to fight fire with fire? That's not the way that goes. And now Arson Kong, they nicknamed it Arson Kong, is going to go for a Psych Up, but there were no stat changes to copy, so it was totally useless. Now Meloetta is going to go next again, and it's going to go for a Night Slash on the Infernape, which is still not going to do much at all because it's a part fighting type. And now the Seaman is going to go next, and we are actually moving pretty fast right now. It's gonna go for a Doom Desire. It's a Jirachi, people, and now it's gonna go for a Doom Desire on the Amy Rose right now. Amy Rose is gonna be able to fight back. Still though, it's gonna be using a Gust on the Seaman. It's gonna blow that Seaman away, and it was a crit too. Like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't read about it. And now the Arson Kong is gonna go for a Side Blade on the Meloetta. Look at Meloetta's disrespectful face right there. It's like, oh, like that's not gonna do much at all. Meloetta's gonna go next now, and hopefully gonna retaliate with, and he's gonna go for a Confuse Ray on the Infernape. Yes, confused monkey. There we go, people. And now it's time for the Seaman to retaliate. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? I'll tell you what it's gonna do. It's gonna go for a Self-Destruct, and that kills Jason's Arson Kong, and it does massive damage on Meloetta, and it also takes out the Seaman too. Oh man, the Seaman exploded. This is a rated PG game, people. I don't know what to tell you now. So now Jason's gonna be popping out a Lucamine again with the base 32 speed and a magic bounce. And now Jason, I mean Nick is gonna be popping out Jason's crush right now, the pink Drowsy right now. So now Amy is still the fastest somehow, and now it's gonna be popping out a Topsy Turvy, but nothing happens at all because they were both because there are no stat changes at all still. And now Meloetta is going to be popping out a Bob Barrage on the Lucamine. You wouldn't read about it, and it also poisons it too. It's even better. This is pure content right now. So so Drowsy's gonna be wiggling its fingers. Let's go for a Clanging Scales, but it's only gonna hit me because Amy's a fairy type. And now Drowsy is going to lose some defense from using Clanging Scales. Up next is Lucamine. It's gonna go for a high jump kick with what legs onto the Amy Rose, doing massive damage. And the Doom Desire from earlier is gonna take out Amy Rose. Like, oh man, what a combo attack right there. So now the Vivian, what Henry named his character, goes out of the dead monkey, the Annihilate right here. He just loves using Annihilate and Amy Rose. Annihilate is gonna go first, and it's gonna go for a Glaive Rush. It's gonna do one shot the Drowsy right now. Why do I keep forgetting these names? It's gonna one-shot the Drowsy right now, and Meloetta is gonna go for a Metronome now too. And then you want to be about this right. I'm gonna actually get a hard swap on the Lucamine right now, but we still don't have any stat changes. So now here comes the Hatterene, going for a Bug Buzz, and like, oh, thank goodness it didn't hit me. That would have annihilated Meloetta. It's still gonna take some poison damage too, which is still good. We are still winning this right now. Nick is down to his last Pokemon, which is a Gardevoir again. And it's gonna try to copy the Defiant ability, but it actually gets Meloetta Serene Grace. Like, that's still just as bad, but it's kind of better than having the Defiant and the Defiant up. So, okay, so next, the monkey is going to go for a snipe shot on the Lucamine. It's a sniping monkey. It's a PC player. And so now Meloetta is going to go for a magnetic flux, but there's no effect at all because no one has the plus and minus ability. So now it got a Gardevoir going to be busting out a magical leaf onto the dead monkey. It actually does some pretty good damage too, not gonna lie. Lucamine is gonna be going up next, and it's gonna be busting out a seed flare, and it actually missed! Meloetta just can't die right now. Thank goodness. Dead monkey is gonna be going up first again, and it's gonna be getting a smackdown, and it's actually gonna kill the Lucamine. A disrespectful move by Henry takes out the Hatterene. Like, oh my god, Jason's already having a rough night as it is, and now I'm gonna be busting out Metronome, and I'm gonna go for a Smart Strike, and yes, that's gonna do over half damage onto the Gardevoir, and now Gardevoir is going to retaliate with a Seed Flare attack. Like, oh, so that Seed Flare hits, and the dead monkey lives on 5 HP, and it gets a special defense drop, but that also triggers the Defiant attack power. Yes, this is still good, and now here comes Henry's Lucky 7 with the Shadow Tag ability, forcing us to stay in the fight, but that's okay because we have low HP anyway, so like, what's it matter? So now we gotta go. So now the monkey is gonna try to hopefully do something before it dies, and it's gonna go for an imprison. You wouldn't read about it. So now they can't use Metronome at all. You wouldn't read about it. So now Meloetta is gonna go for a disrespectful headbutt for using its hands instead of its head, and now they are forced to go first. So now they can't do anything this turn. They have to struggle next turn. So now Dead Monkey is gonna get a free attack right now, and it's gonna go for a conversion. It's a Porygon 2 right now. It's actually going to be turning into a Grass type because Gardevoir's last attack was a Grass type move. So now Meloetta is going to be using a Gastro Acid onto the Gardevoir to make it worse for it. So that takes care of its Serene Grace it copied, and now it's going to go for a struggle, taking out Meloetta. Oh, Meloetta, you fought so hard. I couldn't be any more proud of you. So now Gardevoir is going to take damage from that, and now Henry's Lucky 7 is also going to go for a struggle, and that's also going to take out the dead monkey, and now they are released from the imprison. That's kind of funny the way they say it, though. Like, you got released from imprison. That's kind of funny. So now, Vivian's last Pokemon is going to be a shiny Iron Valiant, and I'm gonna bust out my Poliwrath right now. So like, I don't want to make it worse for them, so I'm not gonna use my Cursed Body Poltergeist. I'm just gonna use my my Fog. My Fogwog, which is this normal Poliwrath right now. So Iron Valiant's gonna go first, and it's actually gonna pop out a growth in the middle of night. What's this robot growing? So now Gardevoir is going next, and it's going to pop out a Thrash onto the Iron Valiant. Like, you're just beating up your future self. What are you doing? And now Poliwrath is next, and it's going for a coil. I'm coiling my Spiral on my stomach, getting an attack, defense, and accuracy boost, which is really good. This is going to overwhelm the enemy right now. So Henry's Lucky 7 is going to go next, and it's going to go for a Bulk Up. And like, oh, so we got a stat boosting will right now. We got a battle of wills going on right now with the stat boosting. So now the Gardevoir stick was stuck with going for Thrash, and Iron Valley is going to do something about it, though. It's going to go for a Water Shuriken, taking out the blue Gardevoir. With hitting up to 3 times, which is perfect amount of damage to take it out. So Nick is out of commission. All that's left is Jason's scary Pokemon, but the Poliwrath is going to do something good about it. It's actually going to go for a Phantom Force. You wouldn't read about it. It's going to kill it next turn. And now the Metronome Gothitell's Metronome is going to go for a Scorching Sands, and I dodged it thanks to the Phantom Force. This is amazing right now. And so the Iron Valiant is going to get a move in right now. It's going to go for a disrespectful Mud Shot, dropping the Gothitell speed. And now here comes the Phantom Force, and that, my friends, is game number 3. Thank you all so much for watching this excitement of the Indigo Disc Metronome battle. I'll see you all next time for more content. Peace out.